Hey, what is up? Welcome back to part 16. We're in Tainted Lumia and we're just going to follow up and continue this area. We're going to get to the boss, defeat the boss, and we're going to be back with our friends in the camp, do a bit of relationship, hanging out, a few more story things to do, and we're getting the final area ready for part 17 tomorrow. Yes, part 17 we are going to finish the story. That will all be complete. And part 18 will begin the post-game cleanup. I spent a good chunk of time this morning trying to figure out what I'm going to do with the post-game cleanup. I spent quite a bit of time in post-game looking at things, checking enemies, you know, where things are and whatnot, what things are going to be too difficult, and to have kind of got a few more lumina, you know, made our build even stronger. So yeah, post-game is going to be quite a different change of pace to how we've gone through the story. Yeah, quite different. I explain why once we get, well, you'll see when we get to part 18. But in the second half of this video, we're kind of, because we're just going to be doing a relationship, I'm going to have a bit of time to explain things. And I'll just kind of explain to you guys what we're going to be doing on the post-game cleanup, how the pace is going to change slightly. Might be interesting to look forward to that. Yeah, it's going to be quite different to go through a story. Going through a story, we've been kind of clearing everything, haven't we? But when it comes to post-game, we're only going to be clearing things which drop something unique. Otherwise, you're going to spend loads of time killing all these little enemies which just don't really give you anything. We are going to have to farm at some point anyway in the post game because you just do not get enough experience doing everything. And when we do farm, you'll be getting loads and loads of experience anyway. But once you kill them two enemy groups, we're going to come to the left here, guys. Grab that recoat. Yeah, grab that recoat to the left of the courtyard. Continue along the main path. You're going to grapple across that far ledge. Yes, the street's all damaged, so you're going to have to do quite a bit of grappling to get around. Yeah, this area is tainted, remember. Yeah, you've got another memory there. Going to grapple across again.
I don't understand. Verso?
And once you get here, we're going to follow this left wall. This enemy normally roams around this area. He might not be there for you. Kind of probably depends how long you've been. It took you to get to this point. But if it's not there, to continue following me afterwards, grab the item, or just run around and look for him, guys. He'll be patrolling somewhere nearby. I'm just trying to look how we're going to beat this boss. Yeah, so we'll be fighting the Paintress at the end of this. But the Paintress is not going to get a chance to attack, which will be nice. Yeah, so grab the item there, guys. Colour of Lumina. Come down here, and up these steps should be another enemy just standing there waiting for you. We're going to take him out. This one should be two gold Chevalier enemies. Yeah, these Chevalier enemies, you know what the steel version and the ceramic version are, because we fought them earlier. I think this gold type is new. They still go down pretty quick. Yeah, we're going to have the painted Pictos unlocked near the end of this video, which will remove the damage cap. So you can go from doing 9999 damage to like over 1 million in the next video, which we'll be doing. Yeah, every enemy in the next video is going to die in one hit. If you play it right, no enemy in the next part 17, should not get a chance to attack you. But grab that chroma around the corner, once you defeat the enemy, carry on along the main path. Once you reach this tree, on the right here, yes, grab that Colour of Lumina and then grapple across, because this is going to lead us to a journal. Yeah, where all these enemies are hanging out. So we're going to take them all out. Yes, you're still getting them Clair Obscur enemies. Which one is this? Is that a white? Oh yeah, black one. So yeah, this is the Obscure. Yeah, black one's the Obscure. Remember what, like I was saying in part 15, we have a mini boss coming up shortly. The Clair Obscur mini boss. Yeah, because we're still limited to 9999 damage, we can't quite kill him quickly yet. So you might have to learn his attacks a little bit, or just dodge. With a dodge, you can spam it a little bit if you're on easy difficulty story. Yeah, a little bit. Sometimes it won't work, but I have been in fights before where I've just been spamming circle and I've dodged every single attack. Yeah. Fights later, you'll be getting millions. So now we're getting like 100,000. Yeah, we'll be getting millions later. So avoiding battles, like basic battles, is not really going to make much difference. We'll just save a lot of time. So grab that journal entry, guys, and then Colour of Lumina just behind it. Yes, that would be Journal Expedition number 70. Make sure you grab it, of course. We can continue back where you just were, near that big tree. I'm going to continue past it. I think we've got 2 boss fights in this video, actually. Did I do 2 boss fights? I can't even remember now. But yes, continue down here. You want to go left after going through like that little passage. Keep going left, and you'll find Colour of Lumina. Then drop down to the ground below. Grapple across to the side, and here it's a little mini boss, guys. So you might want to just change a weapon off somebody you're not using here to trigger an autosave. Yeah, if you change equipment, it triggers an autosave as long as no enemies are like aggroed. So yes, you've got a Clair enemy, you've got an Obscure enemy, and you've got the guy in the middle, which is kind of like a mixture of them both. You have a crossbreed in the middle there. So I'm going to try to take out the weaker enemies first, and then we'll focus on Big Daddy in the middle. Yeah, you're probably not going to be able to kill all these in one turn. Not unless you've been doing loads of side exploration and you have way more pictures than what I do. Of course, I'm just going by with what I found in the story. Right, so let's take her out next. Yeah, her attacks. Yeah, they're a mixture of both. Yeah, some nice counter-attack damage there. Yeah, but if you plan it right, they should only get a chance to do a few attacks. Yeah, not too many. But as I keep saying with these, the tricky thing is to, because they're swords, sometimes it'll charge it once before they attack, and sometimes it'll charge it twice. Where some of the other enemies, you can kind of, well, I have parried some enemies in the past where I've not even encountered that enemy before. I just know how the enemy's move works from, you know, how they work for other enemies. I can kind of know, right, he's going to attack now, so I parry without fighting that enemy before. But with them, you can't really, because yeah, they just throw out your parrying time in them. They do. You really have to learn that enemy. But you could always come back later, guys. If you're having too much trouble, you could always come back later and fight him then. To be honest, you don't even have to kill him. I mean, what did he drop? He dropped a weapon for me. Yeah, he dropped a weapon, a Pictos, break and attack. The break and attack Pictos is quite good, actually. I think I use that coming up. Yeah, so probably do want to fight him. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I used a break and attack Pictos coming up. And let me look at my build going forward. Just look at my text guide. Remember, everything's in my text guide, of course. Break and attack, do I have that on somebody? Yeah, because in the text guide I've put a build for everybody that I'm using. Yeah, it looks like Marlel's going to be using it as a Pictos, break and attack. I think that's how I kill the next boss without him getting a chance to attack, by being able to break an enemy with my base attack. That's how I get past. So although that boss might be a little bit hard, the boss next is going to be very easy due to having that breaking attack. Yeah, so there shouldn't be too many more left. I mean, that Clair Obscur mini boss is very, very close to the end boss of this area. Yeah, it's not too far away. Yeah, I think there's two more duels. Is it 2 more? Yeah, 2 more. So you got, with this fight, you got 1 more after, guys, and then we're at the boss. But what I'm going to do first is we're going to walk back to the Tainted Waters. Now we have a bit more money, we are going to go back and buy the equipment from that merchant, which we couldn't do earlier just because we were skint. Yeah, we're poor, didn't have enough. We found a bit more gold now, so we can go back and buy it. Right, so this is the last basic enemy before the boss. So you take out these 2 gold chevaliers, enjoy killing them. We won't have to kill them anymore for a while. If you do encounter them again, they'll probably die really quick, like 1 hit. Yeah, 2 boss fights in this video, guys. 2 boss fights. So you've got this one coming up, and then the next one's almost straight after. You've got a bit of some cutscenes first back at camp. Right, so that's it. No more basic enemies for this video. Just 2 bosses. So behind them, you will find, yes, a resplendent chroma catalyst. And did you see me pick up that weapon as well behind Clair Obscur? Yes, behind Clair Obscur, there's a weapon behind them as well. The Lithium. Right, so we're going to continue down here. And yes, this is the flag before the boss. So do not go forward until you're ready. That is going to trigger the next boss. So all I'm going to do, of course, I'm going to put everything into agility. Yeah, I'll be changing my attributes a bit later as well. Yeah, once we get to post game, I'm going to be changing it up to, of course, make Marlowe's weapon stronger. Yeah, so walk back to Tainted Waters. We're going to spin around, going to head back on ourselves, head back along here. Now you might have to take out this enemy, because normally when you try to come along here, that enemy is normally, you'll normally spot you. Yeah, there she is. But yeah, you want to come up here, talk to Mistra. You don't have to do this, but it's just always nice to have equipment, because it might come in useful for a build later. So buy Energizing Cleanse, and then buy that other weapon. Yeah, Energizing Cleanse and the Verimum. Yeah, buy them weapon, that weapon, and the Pictos. Right, so for some reason, these guys have got a death sentence. They decided to run after me. Yeah, probably regret that now, no doubt. Right, and take out Anchor Boy last. Right, so once got them, yeah, we're just going to head back to that save point now, guys. Get ready for the boss. So we're going to walk back to the tower peak. Yep, and my build. Yeah, I'm just reading here what I've been doing. So the boss coming up is going to be Renoir again. His moves are the same as the second phase in his earlier fight. Do you remember when you fought him early in the game? And when he entered the second phase, he got some more moves. Yes, well, that's basically what he's going to start with now, doing them moves. And yes, I've actually got, I think I've got a save point missing here. You see the entrance is missing. I actually went back off screen just to get that save point. So it's bugging me that I didn't have it there. Yes, the entrance, because I just ran past it, if you remember. Yeah, so make sure you're ready before you come across here. I'm using my same build, what we set up earlier. Yeah, I set it up just before Melosh in part 15. So yeah, we set our build up just before Melosh in part 15. But this is what I've got. So this is the build I'm going with. Yeah, I'm not too bothered about the counter now. Because I'm hoping the boss does not get a chance to do many attacks. Yeah, but the Pictos, which increase your break damage, is going to be quite useful. Because we're going to be able to stun the enemy, we're going to be able to stun him, and it's going to allow us to skip one of his turns. And it's going to allow us to defeat him, hopefully without him getting an attack. It's been a few days since I recorded this, so I'm just trying to remember how I beat this guy. I mean, I've wrote it down, but I don't go into detail on the build until we get to the next boss, which is the Paintress. Oh, that's it, I remember now. Okay, so you might find this tricky to do. Basically, at half HP, he's going to summon a hound to come and help him. And he's going to get all his HP back. But the way to skip it is to basically knock down half of his HP. This last half, you have to knock it all down in one single character turn. Yeah, that's how you do it. So normally he'll always start with an attack. I mean, that's probably the best attack you can start with, because you will all get AP from it. Probably that's not actually the best. There's another attack which is similar, but all three if you attack back at once. So what I'm doing, I'm trying to get him to just above half HP. Yeah, just above half. Like I say, when his health drops below half, even if it drops, even if it goes from like 52% and you knock him down all the way to 2%, as soon as he gets his turn, he's going to get all his health back and summon the hound. So the key is to get him to about 52%-ish, and then knock out all that 52, that last 52 all in one turn with one person. So you might want to make sure you're Marlel, because she's probably doing the most damage. So you can see here, once Marlel turns finish, he is going to summon the Hound, get all his HP back. So if I can hopefully kill him before that happens. And did it. Got him, guys. So nice. Yes, that's how you completely avoid his second phase of that fight. Right, so that's Renoir out of the way. Yes, we still have another boss to go yet. But for the second boss, I am going to show you the build properly. And I have actually listed in the text guide the build for this next boss coming up. Yeah, with the Paintress, you can actually defeat her before she gets a chance to attack at all. Yeah, so I'll go over my build in a second. Let's just rest at this flag. Upgrade my attributes, of course. Right. So we'll just make our way here. And just before we approach her, I'm going to go over my build.
She's there.
Yeah, because if you do it over here and you die, you actually spawn next to her when the game makes an autosave. So head all the way along this path. Yeah, this is it. Final boss of this video, guys. So I've just got a bit of hanging out to do with our friends. Yes, there she is. Do not get too close, otherwise you'll trigger a cutscene and the fight. Okay, so this is my build. Yep, so Verso. Yeah, this is what we're going with. So that's my build, my Pictos. Of course, I'm not really going to be using any skills. Yes, and these are my Lumina I've got equipped. So yes, that's my Lumina. And you want to make sure that the party order is Minoko, Verso, and then Marlel. So Minoko wants to go first, and then Verso, and then Marlel. That's a party order you want. But like I say, if we're going a bit too quick, you can just pause, because I did show you it just on the video there. It's all listed in the text guide. Yes, that build we're using, it's all in the text guide, and it kind of explains how to use it as well. Okay, so she's got 2 health bars. If we plan it right, we can break her on our first turn. And you can actually deplete her first bar before she gets a chance to attack again. So you've always got to block this attack. You always need to block this, unless I guess you got first strike. But yeah, you always need to block this, but this is a good attack to dodge. Because it'll always be the same, and you'll always get like 6 AP from it or something. Like so. Right, so first of all, of course Minoko is just going to shoot. I'm going to go for a head, because I think it does more damage. Yeah, I'm just going to shoot her in the head, and then just do a base attack. And we'll pass it over to the next. Yeah, so she's got 2 health bars. There'll be like a little cutscene between the first and the second. Right, so that's about a third. But I'm sure Marlel's going to do probably like half herself. Right, Verso's next. She doesn't like revive herself like Renoir does. She's just got 2 health bars. Right, and yes, okay, so Marlel next. So you can see that she's kind of almost broken. I just got to attack her. My base attack, because I've got break and attack Pictos / Lumina equipped. When I attack my base attack, it's going to break her. Right, there we go. So because I broke her, yeah, I think it kind of skipped that phase. Yeah, skipped her turn. But they'll always start like this. She'll always do this thing to begin with, this little animation. Right, and now it's my turn again. So hopefully I can defeat them and break her before she gets a turn. So the way this works is, by the time you've used all 3 of your characters, she can be broken, and then the turn's going to come back to you. So even if you don't kill her, in one turn like I'm doing with all 3 characters. You'll break her and it'll skip her turn and it'll cycle back around to Minoko. So yeah, this is why we needed all that kind of like stagger attack build up, just to make it so we can fill a break gauge quicker. I mean, I might get lucky. I think Marlelle does manage to finish her off before she gets a chance to even skip her turn.
I'm not crazy. I know exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah, so this will always happen. Yeah, that kind of always happens when her health gets low.
Yes.
Now, of course, I need to just destroy his shields. To be honest, I don't think I've given a chance to do this before. But I'm sure Marlelle's going to finish her off. Right, so you can see now her break gauge is full. So Marlelle will now break her when she does a base attack. Then it's going to cycle back around to my team. And I'll get her ghost again. There you go. Skipped her turn altogether. So yeah, she didn't even get a chance to attack other than that initial attack when the fight first started. Yeah, so when you beat her, you get about 200,000 experience, assuming you did it with no damage. You get about 10,000 chroma. You get Pictos painted power. Pictos, it removes the damage cap. So yes, you can do like infinite damage, providing you're strong enough when we get that Pictos. There's like no limit. Yeah, so big cutscene, get a trophy, and a few more cutscenes. Then we'll end up in the epilogue. So right now, yes, you do have to like attack her to finish her off. So yes, just keep attacking her back, guys, to finish this little scene. That's it. Shouldn't take long. Yeah, don't worry, you're not going to get killed now. Yeah, I know. I thought, oh no, not a third phase. Why? But no, she really doesn't do anything. I mean, you might have a bit of sympathy and you don't want to attack her, but we don't have a choice, you have to. So yes, get a trophy, guys, Paintress. And after them cutscenes, yeah, skip the cutscenes a little bit, rather than just skipping them in the gameplay. I just edited them out of the video. Yeah, you'll spawn in the manor, eventually, come down to the dining room, head to the far end, into that gallery at the back. Yeah, this is the epilogue, it's not the end of the game yet. There's actually another epilogue later. Yeah, so you come and talk to yeah, Clair after the cutscene. Yeah, talk to Cleopatra, and you can exhaust the dialogue, but all you really need to do is choose to continue or conclude the questions at the bottom. But I'll just pick each dialogue option anyway. Of course, don't pick the one which makes you go back. Yeah, once you're ready, pick conclude questions at the bottom. And now you can interact with the 2 around the painting, the canvas at the back, and they can choose to enter it, guys, and that triggers some more cutscenes. Yeah, just do not forget your foundation. You might need it a bit later. Yeah, so enter the canvas. Right, we'll spawn here. Yeah, so the painted power Pictos. I'm sure it's just called paint. Is it called painted power or painted Pictos? Painted power, of course. Yeah, so you spawn here, guys, back in the street. Act 3, Marlelle. We are just going to continue forward, and you'll find the curator. And after this, you're going to walk back to the camp. And just going to do a few things at the camp, guys, and then that'll be it. We're going to have a trophy as well. Back to Lumiere. Yes, there we go. Right, so we're going to do a few things at camp, guys, and then get ready for part 17. So I'm going to be doing some hangouts. Okay, so I'm going to go to flag. You can now upgrade your weapons, by the way, and your like Lumina level. You can do it to your flag now, so you no longer need to see the master creator. Yeah, you can do it all from your flag now. But all you need to do right now, you need to talk to each of your party members. They'll be scattered around the area. But you've got these 2 nearby, where it's actually Lune's the nearest to the camp. But then 2 are on the ledge opposite. You've got Minoko at the back here, back right. And then Marlelle is on the back left. Then we'll go back to campfire, talk to Looney. She should be the only one remaining after Milo. And then we can interact with the camp guys and go to sleep. Trigger some more scenes. Yeah, so the post-game cleanup. Yeah, we're going to be trying to do it in a certain path. So we're not going to be just engaging with loads of tough enemies straight away. We're going to kind of go through some of the early areas first. And just do some kind of tough enemies scattered around. Which are not too bad. And then we'll slowly start taking on the stronger enemies. Yeah, the camp guys trying to write in the journal. Yes, write in the journal. You're going to get a new skill here for Milo. Gustav's Homage. Yeah, then we're going to check up on the others. And then we're going to create the greatest expedition in history. Yeah, it's another cutscene. I'm hoping it's going to be a bit quicker to do the post-game cleanup if it's just going to be running past most basic enemies. You know, just sticking to what is unique, pretty much. Of course, we're still going to need to kill some enemies because they might drop a new weapon, they might drop a new Pictos, or we might need to learn the skill from them. But some enemies, they don't drop anything new, but they upgrade your Pictos if you already have it. Yeah, so now once you get back to world map, you now have a flight ability, guys. Yes, we now can fly. But all we're going to do now, we're going to go back into camp. Yeah, so straight back into camp. Just do a few more things. Yeah, just a few more hangouts. So now we're going to be raising our relationship level. So Sile, you can get her relationship to max now. You can get a nice little swimsuit for her and Verso as well. Yes, I've edited out these little cutscenes here. Because it's just like me spamming the button for like a good few minutes. So yes, rest of Sile, go up to level 6 in relationship. You'll get a nice swimsuit. Talk to her again. And then you go up to level 7, guys, and you'll get a trophy. Yeah, when it comes to the enemies which can drop weapons or Pictos, if you find that same enemy type, but later on, and they're stronger, they'll normally drop an upgrade. Yeah, that's how these enemies work which drop Pictos or weapons. For example, say the enemy Best can drop weapon B. It drops weapon B at the start of the game, and that is like level 5, for example. If you find the best enemy again later on in the game, and that enemy is a lot stronger, they'll drop that same weapon, but if you've already got it, they'll drop an upgraded version. Yeah, that's how kind of like the weapons and Pictos. They're not entirely random. It depends on the enemy. The enemies can drop the weapon, but when you counter a stronger type, that same enemy, that's when they drop an upgraded version. I think that's how it works anyway. It's what I've observed so far, and as I've been going through the post-game content. Yeah, because I found an enemy at post-game, I killed him, he dropped a weapon which was like level 25, no, Pictos. I typed in that Pictos in my text guide, I went back to where we first got it from, and that same enemy type dropped it, but much earlier in the game. So that's why I think that's how it works. But yeah, so now we're raising Minoko's level. So we've got Sile up to level 7, which is max. We got a trophy from that. Yes, Sile. We spoke to Lune next. Minoko and Marlel. Minoko gets level 5, but you want to talk to him again. Yes, Lune, Marlel, you will not be able to raise the level, but you have to talk with them, guys, to advance their quest. A little quest will open up on the map, so later on we can visit that area and get the item we need for them. So you need to make sure you talk with them, guys, and advance their quest line. Minoko, you'll get him to level 5, and when you talk to him again, his quest will get stuck, but it will ask you to like go and do something for him, like Marlel's going to do now. You can spend time with her, but you don't get any level afterwards. It just allows you to get that quest to grab the item for her later. So make sure you do all this. And then last up is Eski. So Eski, he's going to give you relationship level 5. And then once you get to level 6, you're going to have to fight somebody. And you're actually going to get a trophy here as well, because we're going to get the final exploration ability, which is going to be diving in the water. Most diving spots in the game, by the way, there are a few hidden areas beneath the water, but most diving spots, they give you 5 Lumina. So I mean, even if you wanted, you could have a good look around if you want before the next video. It's up to you. But like I say, we're going to be doing all that, hopefully in a nice optimal route, once post-game cleanup begins in part 18. So yes, be back here. Remember, watch out for this guy. He's got the strongest ice attack ever known in these lands. Yeah, even the Paintress couldn't stand him. Yeah, she doesn't touch this guy, she's afraid of him. Yeah, strongest ice attack ever, so make sure you parry that beast. Right, and got him already. Yep. So he's got the strongest attack ever, but unfortunately his defense is not the strongest defense, it's like the weakest. Yeah, you can't have the best of everything, can you? But yes, once you do that, you'll get plane, train, and submarine. That's unlocking the swim ability. We now have every single esque ability, guys. Nice, and then we're just going to talk to him again, and we're going to get him up to max level, and we'll get a trophy as well. And then that's it, pretty much done. Ready for part 17. Yeah, part 17, it's really quite easy, guys. We do get some nice pictos there, actually, in the final area. So it's a good job to get a story done first, before you start on the cleanup. Yeah, but it's all, text guide is done up to part 18 if you do want to look ahead. But yes, once you've done all that, guys, remember, make sure you've raised everybody's level. And those which did not raise, make sure you spoke to them in order to advance the quest to make that like little objective on the world map. If you go to the world map and open the map, you'll see like little objectives on certain areas. They're related to your teammates. We'll probably do them on the cleanup. So all we're going to do now is we are going to check up on the others. Yes, check up on the others, and we're going to go to sleep, guys. And then you'll spawn outside. And then that'll be it. Yes, the Sile and Esk are at max. We've just got Marlel, Lune, and Minoko to think about. Right, so that'll be it for part 16, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in part 17 tomorrow when we will clean up the story.